Hey, everybody, welcome to RumblenBreaks. It's race Sundays. Actually, it's race all weekend. This is our card for this weekend. We actually activated the DRS, triple DRS, stuck it on Verstappen, double DRS on George Russell, and it was an interesting strategy. We'll talk about what happened over the weekend. We were live from Austria. It's been fantastic. If you guys have not watched our videos, we got a couple of videos that we posted. We're gonna have some more later as well. All right, so you saw a card, and it was overall an interesting experience. Between why don't you talk us through our weekend, Doctor F1?
Yeah, so we were there the whole weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You've seen some of our other videos from Thursday and some of the excitement of the pit walk and stuff. So Friday, we got right into it. One practice for the whole weekend for the teams because it's a sprint weekend. And then we went right into qualifying for the race for Sunday. And then on the Saturday, which is a very wet Saturday, we had the sprint shootout. So no practice, just straight into the shootout. So if you've not seen that format before, they get 12 minutes Q1, 10 minutes Q2, and 8 minutes Q3, and 7 minutes in between breaks. So it's a much shorter, compact event, and it was done in the wet. So we had some interesting results from that. So just quickly, in terms of the top 10, going back from 10 to 1, we had Magnussen, Ocon, Stroll, Alonzo, Leclerc, Sainz, Hulkenberg sitting up in 4th. He had an amazing sprint shootout qualifying. Norris, Perez, and then Verstappen. And then we went into the sprint, and we had some excitement there, and we'll tell you about that in a minute. And then we went into race Sunday.
All right, so I guess let's talk the top 3. What happened in the sprint? It was
on and off wet. It was wet when they started, so they all started on intermediates, and so it was going to be some excitement. And right at it, right into turn 1, we had Perez and Verstappen. If you haven't seen some of the highlights,
check it out. It was incredible.
To be honest, I didn't even realize that they had swapped positions.
Yeah, we were sitting in one corner and one side, and it was, by the way, if you get a chance, sit in that section. It's fantastic.
It's the Red Bull grandstands.
Red Bull grandstands. It's not as I mean, it was exciting, but not as exciting as the Dutch where they all sat because it was the whole sea of orange.
Yeah.
So, I mean, top 3.
So Verstappen, Perez battling out, flipped spots in quarter 1 and quarter 3. But ultimately, what ended up happening?
So top 3. I mean, it was really interesting. We got a Ferrari in the 3rd spot. Carlos Sainz.
Because Leclerc, who should have been up there, unfortunately Hulkenberg fell back a bit.
Yeah.
Fell 4th.
He must have been really tired because he actually made an appearance at our little shindig and gave it. Night. Yeah, he's like, oh, I do this and I do that, and I'll watch a bit of TV and. Get ready for Saturday.
Yeah, so he finished 6th, not bad. Only lost 2 positions, but Leclerc, they messed up. So Ferrari got Sainz's strategy right on the tires, and Leclerc's very, very wrong.
Yeah, I mean, George Russell basically triggered that whole chain of.
That's right. So what basically was a dry line appeared, and Russell, as usual, Let's take a gamble, threw on some slicks, and he actually moved up to the points. He ended up 8th.
Yeah,
in the shootout or sprint,
whereas Leclerc dropped back,
all the way to 12th.
All the way to 12th. It was just awful. He didn't have enough time. And then,
anyways,
so
second
spot, we had Sergio Perez, and Sergio had a lot of making up to do because of the Friday qualifying.
Yeah, it's a bad qualifying. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, and then obviously the big winner, and everyone was cheering for Verstappen with the gold in this case here.
Yeah. So that was the sprint, and then we got to Sunday.
All right, so quick reset. So we talked about race Sundays, but first of all, let's talk qualifying.
Let's say qualifying. So normal format Friday with only 1 practice. So quick rundown from 10 to 1. We have Albon. I don't know if George Russell is Mr. Saturday. I don't know. In this case, Albon's Mr. Friday. He just does things with that Williams that just seem impossible. 9th, Gasly. 8th, the Hulkster, Hulkenberg, looking good. 7th, Alonzo. 6th, Stroll. 5, Hammer Time with Hamilton, Norris in fourth. I think those McLaren updates are working because he did well in the wet, and Friday was dry and warm, and he did well in the dry and warm. Sainz was third, Leclerc second, and Verstappen first in qualifying. And you might have noticed two big names not in the top 10. So Russell was 11th, so he went out in Q2. And the big oops, who missed it? Who went out in Q3? Or sorry, Q1, I mean? Sergio Perez. And there was a lot of chatter around the paddock about the fact that he was 15th.
Marco was not happy at all. And I guess he was kind of snippy on the sprint weekend. He's like, what happened to Verstappen?
No, Perez.
All right, Perez said that about what happened to Verstappen. Why didn't he show up when he was challenging?
Yes.
But so let's talk about the top three.
So we got into the race. It was a relatively clean race. We had few people who went wandering off into the beaches on their own, weren't really scrapping with each other.
Yeah, Nico.
It was a weird race too. Everybody had 3 pit stops when they were calling for 2. For some reason, they were just burning through the mediums and hards, except Stroll, who went for 4 for no apparent reason whatsoever. And yeah, so
let's talk top 3.
Top 3. So right, it was exciting.
It was very exciting. I mean, there was a lot of challenges,
a lot of swaps of positions.
Exactly.
In fact, we'll talk about that in a minute. There's a critical one.
Yeah.
So let's see, top 3.
Top 3. Who do you think it was? Keep in mind this person didn't qualify, so bam. the guy that drives through, like if you had him as a driver, as a 2x or a 2x driver, a DRS driver for your fantasy, you did pretty well because you passed a lot of people.
And they got his tire strategy right.
Right. And number 2, stayed in number 2. And unfortunately, I actually forgot to bring his card in.
It was Leclerc.
It was Leclerc. I wasn't expecting him to be in the top 3, but he finished in the top 3, and I completely forgot to bring in his card.
On my card, and it worked out well.
And obviously, surprise, not surprise, Verstappen.
It was very, very orange.
It was a very Max show.
Lots of Super Max songs and fans going nuts. And, for my personal card, my card did really well because I had Verstappen with 3X and I had Leclerc with the 2X.
I had that as well. But still, if you had Verstappen at 3X, and remember, sprint weekends is where you want to play your 3X. So, yeah. All right, so I'll get cracking while we do this.
While he's cracking, I'll tell you a little bit more about the rundown. So, interestingly, Sainz was 4th. So it was a 1-2-1-2 kind of deal with the teams. Big news. So I believe Verstappen beat one of the records for leading laps in all time. However, Leclerc led some laps. So for a while there, Leclerc got away ahead, and he led for about 5-6 laps. I can't remember. Anyways, he led for a while, 71 laps. Verstappen eventually hunted him down.
There you go. Your man.
My man, Alonzo. We saw him having dinner in the paddock. It was too much for me.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
There you go. The hero. Hero of Saturday.
He came 7th. Norris was 5th. I mean, the McLarens, I think they fixed him. Russell drove up the pack. He ended up 8th. He did pretty well.
This is the Verstappen pack.
Ooh, nice.
And Yuki Gold.
Oh, we should tell people about these packs you picked up.
So these are the older. These are the 2022 packs.
Oh,
but
sorry.
We'll be doing an opening of the 2023 packs that just came out during this event. So we'll do a special break unveiling the 2023 packs.
We actually picked them up at the event.
And we'll show you what you actually got out of those packs. So looks like we've got something neat here. So why don't we talk about Hulkenberg and what happened? It was really disappointing because I did have him on my card.
Everyone has him on my card. So first of all, clearly seeing in the stands what came across very, very clearly. Mm-hmm. Everyone's friendly. No one, fights over who you're fans with. Well, unless you go the Verstappen thing. I don't think you want to go over there wearing anybody's merch but Verstappen. But if you're in any other parts of the stand, everyone's friendly.
I think you got all 3 people. That's I think that is Lewis Hamilton.
That's Lewis Hamilton. Nice. Yeah, no, we met a lot of really nice people. I wasn't the only one weird because I was mixing my merch that I was wearing, the hat for Ferrari, Red Bull jersey. But Hulkenberg. Everyone, first of all, loves Hulkenberg. Like,
Everybody wants to see him get his
Everyone
podium.
wants to see him get on the podium. Specifically win a race. So Hulkenberg has the most points of any driver ever in the history of Formula One. It's like 527 or something like that points, and he's never won a race.
So the reason I'm holding this card this way is because it's out of 99. This is an Alex Albon out of 99. It's pretty crazy.
Albon got yoinked right at the end by Stroll.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. He was so good.
He was so good. That Williams under him, man. It's funny. You know what? I think if Williams gets a slightly better car, or if Hamilton retires, you might see Albon sitting beside Russell.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm breaking more of these 2022 packs is because I actually brought a lot more. Because just in case, I could find someone to actually want to open it with me at the show, that would have been at the event.
It's hard though. If you go to these things, you're lucky if you get anywhere close to the drivers. I mean, the closest we got was listening to Hulkenberg, and we were probably 25 feet away. But the girl sitting next to us today, she managed to get her cap signed by Hulkenberg this morning on the welcome carpet.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Another girl sitting in front of us, she got a shot with Joe as we were going into the paddock. He just happened to be leaving, so she took a picture with him.
Awesome.
And she got a really amazing shot of Alonzo having dinner. He turned and looked. You actually got those nice ones. I don't know if you posted them already.
Not yet.
Oh, who's that?
Kalen Williams. He's not. I don't think he's actually racing at this point.
I don't remember hearing that name. By the way, watching the F3 and F2 live is super exciting.
It was actually. It was. I mean, the entire race was fantastic. If I would recommend this track to anyone that wants to have their first experience, it's definitely a lot cheaper than it's actually a lot cheaper than being in the U.S.
Lots of Americans, lots of international. Period.
Yeah, because
South Africans we met.
Yeah, we met a lot of Americans there, as you pointed out. So Gasly.
Very, very well organized. I don't know how many people they're expecting, more than 303,000 the whole race weekend, because last year that's how many they had. I don't know, there's probably between 100 and 200,000 people today. We're not sure how many total. It was a lot. And they're so organized in parking. They never run out of food. The bathrooms are kept clean the whole time.
Yeah, the bathroom systems were fantastic too.
They're they're not porta potties, but they're temporary.
They're
crazy.
They're specialized.
Specialized.
All right, so who do we have here?
It's
I apologize. That's Charles Leclerc's Ferrari.
We don't have all our gear. We forgot some of it.
We forgot our lighting. So Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
This is George Russell, Mr. Saturday.
Maybe we'll call him Mr. Sunday now.
Path to Esti Bestie. He was okay this weekend.
Gasly was better than Ocon this weekend.
And Theo Pourchaire. I mean, F2 was really good.
Third, I think, or fourth in the end.
I think he was fourth or fifth, because Iwasa was driving like a mad out.
Rashawn hunted down Vessi.
Yeah, no, it was Iwasa that came in second.
Yeah,
it passed it all. Yeah, exactly. It was Iwasa was in seventh, and he drove up the field.
So did Rashawn, actually.
Yeah,
they got their tire strategy right.
They definitely got their tire strategy right. So it's a black and white. This is a Fernando. This is a fantastic, beautiful card of Fernando in his old car, unfortunately. Here is Sergio.
It's really hard to see.
Yeah, I apologize, folks.
It's
Sergio Perez. It's just a normal card. And then,
it's on the angle, too.
Yeah. Marcus Armstrong, he's not having a great drive. Mick Schumacher, this is a interesting rookie card. Again, he's no longer driving.
Might be someday.
And Sato. I didn't hear about Sato this weekend. I don't think he was driving this weekend. Yeah, so...
Anyways.
I mean, overall, not too bad. But keep an eye out on our videos coming up. And we got a lot of content. We got a lot of content coming up.
We'll do a race highlight special.
Yeah, but if you haven't checked it out, check out our. I took you guys through all the track, and the pit walk. So check those videos out. And we'll do a break with the new TurboTax cards for 2-Pack Tuesdays. Have a great week, folks.